What's up, Net Soldiers? I'm Net Alliance. Today I have a different type of video. At the time of recording this video, I'm actually on vacation, so I'm just kind of hanging out. I wanted to do a video where I just pretty much address a bunch of different things that people have commented on my videos in the past, or just like random things that people have wondered. This is kind of like a Q&A, but it's not, because it's not really like questions that were asked to be answered as much as they were just kind of like presented. So I wanted to just kind of take your comments and kind of give reasons for why they are the way they are. By the way, I'm near a street, so if my voice is getting muffled out by something else, I apologize for that. So right away, I just wanted to start with some smaller comments, and then we'll kind of go to the more like serious ones then. So for right here, I have from a friend, Everything Star Wars, and he says, Grievous voice sounds like a Russian. So it's funny because then I have this other guy from Deathmatch 10 who likes how his voice sounds Russian. And then I have another guy named Crispy, and he thinks it sounds Jamaican, which is completely different from Russian, so that's pretty funny. But to me, Grievous sounds like he's Russian. So whenever I do the Grievous voice, I give him somewhat of a Russian accent on top of it, and then I kind of make it sound like a droid is talking. It's kind of what I've always feel like that's how he talks like, right? So when I say it, I think he sounds like that personally. But then again, you know, if you think about it, General Grievous is once an alien, and now he's in a robotic body, and that's because his body was destroyed, right? Was mutilated by something. Maybe he was in the Chernobyl accident in Russia, and that's why he's the way he is. So I'm sure there's a lore reason for that, so go ahead and check that out. I'm pretty sure I'm right 100%. So with that one out of the way, I want to jump into the more bigger questions we have surrounding my What If the Jedi Council Survived Order 66. One of my most popular videos, and something that all my fans seem to really enjoy. And there's a couple different questions that people have had and they wanted to ask, and they never really got an answer to, so I wanted to address these ones especially. So first off, we have from Gummy Bear, and he asked, where's Ayla's story? Because if you know, we went through all these different Jedi, and I specifically did the Jedi Council, and people have been asking, well, where's Ayla Secura? You mentioned her. You know, Kit Fisto and her had kind of a thing going on, so why isn't she in the actual story? And the reason is because she's not actually on the Council, right? So what I did was, it was what if the Jedi Council survived, not all these other Jedi. So essentially, Ayla Secura wasn't on the Council, and therefore she still died technically, or so we think. So far as we know, you know, I counted it as only the Jedi Council surviving. The rest did die, except for like, in a way, because Mace Windu did survive. He got back to the Jedi Council, and he let everyone know to evacuate. So in that way, all the Jedi got out of the temple before Anakin and the clones came in, and therefore Anakin actually never killed anyone either. And you could say, technically, the only one Anakin did kill was Sindralig, but technically, he just gave the order for his clones to kill Sindralig. So if we're talking on a technical standpoint, Anakin didn't kill anyone except for Palpatine himself. So that's a little bit more extra on top of that. So that's why Ayla Secura didn't really have her own story, because she's not part of the Council, and therefore she didn't survive her treatment on Felucia. So there you go. So moving on to our next thing with this, from Jude the Muffin Man. In my video, I actually said Wolfie instead of Wolf. That was just my mistake. I must have been like reading my script. I didn't realize I said that until after I had it all published and posted and put together and stuff. So that was my bad. I should have caught that in my editing, but I didn't. So that's the reason why it say Wolfie. I think I said it like twice or maybe 3 times or something like that, but that was an accident. So it wasn't supposed to be that. So another one we have here is Ahsoka shows up and she actually saves Plo Koon in the story, and he says, why was she there if she was on Mandalore fighting Maul during Order 66? The reason why, the true reason, is because I didn't know this. Like, when I was writing the story, I didn't know that Ahsoka and Rex were actually fighting on Mandalore, so I just kind of gave them parts in the story. So I was thinking of doing a little, like, Ahsoka's Chronicles. In fact, I kind of wrote a smaller story about, like, Ahsoka's point of view and how she showed up on Cato Neimoidia to kind of explain. I never actually made the video and fleshed it out, so if you guys want to see that, let me know in the comments below. I might actually consider finishing that video and then publishing it, so then you can see why Ahsoka got to where she was. And I was considering doing it, but then I realized, like, Ahsoka is not part of the Jedi Council, and therefore it doesn't make sense for her to have her own part when, like, Ayla Secura couldn't. Do you know what I mean? So it's I'm still considering doing it. I might do it just to kind of clear up that little mistake, or maybe just mention it in my newer story I'm writing. So we'll see. But that's the whole reason why Ahsoka showed up. Also, Plo Koon found Ahsoka at first, so I think that'd be like, I thought that'd be like a cool little homage to the fans who watched the Clone Wars who knew that. You know, it'd be a cool little, oh hey, look, they're look who saves, you know, Plo Koon, you know, and it'd be a cool little thing. So that's why I put her in there. Plus, I wanted to throw Ahsoka and Rex in at some point, and that just seemed like the best point for Ahsoka. Now, this is another big controversial one. I've gotten tons of comments on this one, hundreds probably, on this specific thing. So this is from I Love Cats, and he says, didn't Wolf remove his chip and disobey Order 66? Why would he try to kill Plo Koon here? Now, the reason why it comes down to why Wolf tried to actually kill Plo Koon was because I didn't know that Plo Koon was killed by, I think, his guy Neo. Was it Neo or was it someone else? It was another name. He was actually killed by his sergeant and not his commander. So Wolf actually did take out his chip eventually. I eventually did watch Rebels about a month or two after I actually had this video up. I'm like, oh crap, or actually when I made this video, like a month later, the episode came out with Wolf and Rex and Gregor. We find out, hey, they took out their chips, so that was kind of a mix-up there. So that's why I actually put Wolf instead of the other guy who actually did shoot Plo Koon down. Overall, I don't think that's that big of a deal, but I've gotten so many comments about this, and I've tried to respond to every single one, but after a while it gets old. So this is my video response to that one specifically and why Wolf turned against Plo Koon. And so later, I actually did explain it later in the story, and people, what they do is they usually watch videos, and before watching the entire video, they have to comment and let their thoughts be known. But then the problem with that is, if you watch till the end, you'd find out why Wolf did still turn on Plo Koon, although in canon he didn't. And my whole explanation was just, he forgot to take out his chip, you know. He just kind of was like, okay, I'll do it. And he was like, I'm not going to do it. Are you kidding? You know? So that's kind of what I ran it as. So those are all the comments that I wanted to kind of address to you guys that some of my fans had problems with or had questions about that didn't really feel like putting it on a Q&A. I might do this more often, so if you guys ever have like a bigger question about a video specifically or something in my stories that you kind of want more explanation to why I did it or why I wrote it this way, I'd like to do a video like this every week or so, maybe every week or two, maybe, something like that. Kind of like how I do my Q&As, but my Q&As are more for like every question, where these would just be like my theory specifics, my versus specifics, just specifically to my videos, you know. So if you like that idea, let me know in the comments below. But I'm going to get back to enjoying the beach. Thank you guys for watching. Until next time, guys, I'll see you tomorrow. Peace.